Hey girls, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, I'm so happy you're here. So I love to cook dinner. Well, I love the idea of cooking dinner, but it usually means at least an hour of prep and cooking in the kitchen, tons of messy dishes you have to deal with after cooking the whole meal, and just complicated recipes that I don't have time for. Like at the end of a busy day, it is the last thing I want to deal with. So I have 3 super easy air fryer recipes that are gonna save you a bunch of time and excess calories. So if you're looking for healthy meals that are just simple that you can make when you're short on time, I made this video for you. Sweat that thumbs up. That just means give it a little click. It's literally the easiest thing you can do, just like pop right on it. And that tells me that you like this video, so I should make more recipe ones for you, and it tells YouTube other people should watch it too. And if you're new to my channel, it would mean so much to me if you hit that subscribe button. I have new videos for you every single week, sharing my health and fitness journey to help you with yours. And because I love you girls so much, I made an ebook for you with these 3 recipes. You can have them on hand anytime. All you need to do is hit the link in my description and I'll send you an email with the ebook. All right, should we get into them? So the first recipe is a spinach, feta, and sun-dried tomato stuffed chicken breast. If you make chicken breast like this, stuffed and everything in the oven, it's gonna take about 40 minutes. But with today's recipe in the air fryer, it's only gonna take 15. So maybe 3 minutes to prep it all, get it in there, under 20 minutes. You're gonna have a delicious stuffed chicken breast, and this one just elevates the chicken to like a different level. So I have 1 chicken breast I just butterflied, basically just like cut it open. The key when you're air frying, and this is really true for even cooking in the oven, is you wanna make sure that your chicken breast is even. When you get it, there's always gonna be a thicker side, so you can just cut it like at an angle to make it even, or you can actually like use a pounder to even it out. But that's a really important thing, to make sure everything gets cooked at the same time. My secret to perfectly cooked chicken in the air fryer or really anywhere is Greek yogurt. This sounds weird, I know, but if you've seen some of my recipes, I use it all the time. It just locks in the moisture and helps it cook so much more evenly as well. So I'm gonna start with about for 1 chicken breast, about a tablespoon of Greek yogurt, and just rub that all over. You're gonna get your hands a little messy. If you wanna wear gloves or whatever, go for it, but my hands are clean and I'll wash them again. Get that all over the chicken breast so it's nice and even. And then we're gonna start making the inside mixture. My air fryer is preheating to about 400 degrees. You can go a bit lower to about 380, but this is the great thing about air fryers, is you literally cut your meal time in half. Because it's so tight and compact and the air is circulating in there, everything cooks in about half the time, which is absolutely amazing. I used to think air fryers were just for like people who wanted to make like healthier French fries. It's not the case. Like, I cook literally everything in here. So I'm gonna take a handful of chopped spinach. And if you're making this for a family, you basically just do the same thing with however many chicken breasts you need. You may just have to cook it a few extra minutes, but I'm talking like 2 to 3 more minutes, not like anything major. So I have marinated sun-dried tomatoes. I usually like to use just regular sun-dried tomatoes that are not marinated, but when I'm making a stuffed chicken breast, instead of adding any oils, I'm just gonna let the oils from the marination try to kind of soften up that spinach. And you'll see it already starting to soften a bit there. And then just take about a tablespoon to 2 tablespoons, however much really you want inside of your chicken breast, and just kind of top it on the larger half of the breast. I also am using just canned artichokes that I'm gonna add in this mix too. The flavor of all of these together is just like, it's perfect, like chef's kiss. I don't have fingers, but I would do it if I did. I'm taking my feta cheese, crumbling it right in there, and you'll notice I haven't used any seasoning yet. That's my last step. Especially when it comes to salt, I like to be more conservative because you don't need quite as much. And with the marinated sun-dried tomatoes, you already have a lot of seasoning there. Last step, I just have Italian seasoning. There's no salt added. I'm gonna go on the inside and sprinkle generously. Take a bit of salt, just a tiny little bit, and then you're going to close up the breast. Now, you can do it where you take a toothpick and make it all like fancy. I don't, it just takes more time, like why? So it's nice and stuffed, it's showing on some parts, that's totally fine. I'm gonna drop it in the air fryer basket. This little piece inside your air fryer is really important. You need to have some space between whatever you're cooking and the bottom of the air fryer so that air can circulate. So whether it's this or if you buy the little silicone inserts to make it easy to clean, leave it in there. I'm not using any oil because I have that yogurt that's gonna help, and my air fryer is already non-stick. So set it right in there pop it in. I'm gonna set the timer for 15 minutes, and that's it. All right, so we're gonna check this chicken. Oh, she's pretty. You can always use a meat thermometer. I just do the old-fashioned, like, cut a piece, see if it looks cooked all the way through. But this piece of chicken looks absolutely perfect, delicious. And the great thing again about the air fryer is you cut your time basically in half, and you also, just when you're doing like measurements, if you're taking something that you normally cook in the oven, cut the time in half and just lower the temperature about 10 degrees usually. And that's what I did here, and it looks just right. All right, my second recipe is a ground beef stuffed bell pepper. This one, again, multiplied if you have more people. I'm gonna show you how to just do one easy one. This is just some nice ground beef. You can also use ground turkey, whatever your preference. And to make it super simple, I just use my little microwave rice, so it's good to go. So I'm gonna use the air fryer for this entire recipe. If you want to multitask, you can do your ground beef and onions in a pan at first, but whatever, we're gonna go all in one. So I'm gonna remove the little tray from the air fryer because I don't need it to saute. I'm gonna go right in here, a few onions. I'm not adding any of my oils yet. I will do a tiny bit of oil for this one, but I'm gonna chop up a couple of tomatoes first. So these can just lightly be chopped into a few pieces. They don't need to be like tiny because they're gonna get soft and then they'll just mix right in. I know I talked about like my love-hate with tomatoes. I do like them when they're cooked. I'm just not like a raw tomato person. And then I'm going to add some of the ground beef. So I'm not gonna do the entire thing right now. Again, if you're feeding an entire family, go for it, but I'm gonna do just a single portion size, about 6 ounces or so, right in the pan, and we're gonna stick it in the air fryer. Really quickly, before I throw it in, I am gonna add a little bit of avocado spray. I love the sprays just because it limits how much oil you're putting in. You're not like drizzling a much where it ends up being like a tablespoon. And then this is my taco seasoning. If you have my Guiltless Nutrition recipe ebook, I have like 130 recipes in there that are so easy. And I do have a taco seasoning that's delicious, so I'll link that down below for you guys too. So I'm just gonna sprinkle that in, and then we're gonna put it in for about 5 minutes. While that gets going, I'm gonna cut up my pepper because we don't wanna waste any time. So just chopping the top right off. I like to just pull the seeds out. There's a lot of ways you can cut your pepper, but to me that's the easiest. There's the little veins inside, so if you wanna pull those out by hand, to me, that just makes it simple and less messy, and your pepper is good to go. And then personally, I usually will cut the sides of these off and put them in a little baggie, so I have them for snacks with hummus. It just makes it a nice, easy snack to have on hand. I'm gonna open this up, and we are gonna use some sharp cheddar cheese once we start mixing everything together. To me, air fryer meals are all about efficiency, so although this beef isn't fully cooked yet, I'm gonna go ahead and put my pepper just upside down in the corner. So it's back in the corner. It's gonna be a little separated from the meat for now, but let that start to soften up while the meat cooks. Okay, so we're gonna pull this out. I'm gonna grab the pepper for a minute. It's toasty. And start to just mash up that ground beef a bit more in here. It's starting to get a nice golden color. And now's when the tomatoes are soft enough, so I'm really smushing it and mixing this all together so it's just like well combined. And it's a lot easier to break up now too, so we're gonna just break that up, mix it up, and put it back in for about 2 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna take about 1/4 cup of rice or so. And if I was making this again for like a whole family or a bunch of people, I would just not worry too much about portions and just like mix it all together because I know I'm already gonna have more than I can stuff my pepper with. So I like to sometimes just put that on the side as well. I'm not gonna worry about cleaning this out right now, but I am gonna put the little tray back in for when I actually start to cook it all stuffed together. So I'll take a spoon and just start to combine the meat and the rice. I'm getting my healthy carbs, my fats, my proteins. The great thing about the air fryer too, with any like fatty meats that you're putting on and in there, it really does help the fats like kind of go to the bottom so you can strain it out easier as well. But you can see it's like beautifully mixed together. To get it in the oven, I'm gonna drop my pepper on top right in here. This time it's going up. So before I put it face down, I just feel like it helps it cook a little better. But this time I'm going straight up, and we're gonna add all of this filling as much as I can fit in there. which looks like, you know, it's a pretty large pepper. If you watch my Walmart grocery haul, these are actually my peppers from my Walmart haul. So if you haven't seen that video, go check it out. But I'm gonna stuff this one in there all the way to the top, and I like to press it down a little bit just to make sure I can get like a lot. Once it's pretty much to the top, I'm gonna get into my cheese. The way I do this, I feel like really helps cut calories too. I'm not adding a bunch of cheese, mixing it all together, so it's not gonna be like loaded with it. It's just right on the top there to melt and give it a little bit of that cheddar flavor, a little bit more texture, and it looks beautiful. So we're gonna put this back in just for about another 5 minutes, and then it'll be good to go. All right, so the pepper should be done. Yes, it looks perfect. Everything was already cooked, so it's really just about getting that cheese nice and melted on top. This is such a good filling, easy recipe that took about 15 minutes in the oven. These would normally take about an hour and 15. So this one is way faster doing it in the air fryer. And my third and final recipe, and remember, I'm gonna send you the free ebook with all these recipes so you can have them on hand anytime. Just click the link below and I'll email you the ebook. But this one is one of my favorites. It is a barbecue chicken sweet potato bowl. So I just chopped up, cubed some chicken breast. This is like 1.5 full chicken breast. So this is a larger portion I'm doing for meal prep just to have on hand. It's such a good, easy dinner. And then I cubed up some sweet potatoes. So this is gonna go in the air fryer at 400 for about 10 minutes first. All I'm gonna do is keep that little tray right in the air fryer, dump some of my sweet potatoes in, just to like coat the bottom. You don't wanna stack it too much or things are gonna cook unevenly. And be honest, how many of you have been scared to use your air fryer? Like when I first bought mine, I was so intimidated. Like comment down below, just like the hands up emoji, if you've been intimidated by it, because I totally get that. But now that I have a handle on it, I literally use it like 4 or 5 times a week. It's just so easy. So sweet potatoes in, little avocado spray, and then again in for 10 minutes. And I'm gonna show you my healthy, like no sugar, like low sugar barbecue sauce. It's so delicious. So while that's cooking up a little bit in the air fryer, we're gonna make my barbecue sauce. This is low sugar. It's so delicious and so easy to make. So I'm just gonna store it in here because I'm gonna make enough to kind of marinate my chicken or like cook it in, and then also have some on the side to drizzle on top. So I'm just using no sugar added ketchup. Check your ketchup. It usually has so much sugar in it and you don't need it. So no sugar added. I'm just gonna add about probably 1/4 cup in here. Then I'm taking a little Worcestershire? I don't know. I just don't even know how to actually pronounce it. I'm unsure. This stuff, you get it. We're gonna take this and put a little bit in there, about a teaspoon. And this is my secret ingredient I found. So this is an organic smoky barbecue coconut aminos from Trader Joe's. If you don't have this one, you can just use just the regular coconut aminos and then add a little bit of paprika and it'll kind of give you the same effect. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of this sauce in here and then mix it up with a spoon. So about a tablespoon of it on top of the chicken. So just nicely coated, and it's all going in the same place. So again, I'm just gonna move the sweet potatoes over a bit, but I have the little tray in there so that any extra juice will go to the bottom. There's not really any fat in this, but if I was using like beef or something, the fats would drip down to the bottom and get rid of any excess calories there. And we're gonna put this back in for another 10 minutes and then it'll be good to go and put our bowl together. I actually stopped this a little early. I didn't go the full 10 minutes because the chicken was cubed so small. It was only needed about 6 or 7. So I'm gonna build my bowl. Again, this is all about easy, quick dinner. So I have just a little romaine salad mix. We're gonna put that in at the bottom. Throw some of that same rice I used in the earlier recipe, already cooked, on top. And then look at this. Oh, it's so pretty. The chicken and like the caramelization of it from the barbecue sauce and those sweet potatoes, it just looks perfect. So we're just gonna dump some of this on top. I'm gonna do about a 1/2 cup of sweet potato and then about 3/4 cup of the chicken to give me a single portion. Take my leftover sauce. Just give it a nice little drizzle. Ooh, and how good does this look? It really only ended up taking about 16 minutes. So simple and delicious. Again, a really great meal prep one, but a perfect dinner for you solo or for your whole family. So literally that is it. 3 of the easiest, most delicious air fryer recipes you can make any night of the week or meal prep if you want to get ahead of things. What I did to the way I would serve these two is For the feta artichoke sun-dried tomato chicken, add a little spinach on the side, do a little balsamic drizzle on that for dressing. For my stuffed pepper, I just did some of the romaine lettuce. Make sure you choose a dressing that sounds good on that. I always just like to add greens, so those are really important to me. And then obviously you already have the greens in your bowl here. So these are absolutely perfect. If you want to save time and eat delicious food, hit that thumbs up. Just give a little click right there. If you guys like this video, comment down below and let me know what other types of air fryer recipes you'd want me to make. And don't forget, I have that free ebook with all 3 of these recipes for you. All you have to do is click the link below, send me an email, and I'll send you one back with the ebook so you can have these on hand anytime you need them. And do me a quick favor, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, again, hit that subscribe button. I have new videos every single week. And don't forget, good things come to those who sweat. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.